Hello, wherever you are, and welcome to Chris TV 254. I'm your host, Crescent Oma, and today I'm in company of football pundits. With me here, I have
Vitalis Marubu,
Jacuzzi Matonga,
and Kevin Griezmann.
and we shall be taking you through the reborn English football rivalry. The London's Red going head-to-head against the Merseyside Red. Of course, Jurgen Klopp eyeball to eyeball against Arteta. Arsenal head-to-head against Liverpool. It's a rivalry that has always been defined by dangerous tackles and fights, also heated reactions among coaches, and we shall be taking you to see what will be unveiling in such a match. So to start with you, Vitalis, in the last match, Liverpool went to a 3-3 draw against Brighton in that 6-goal thriller. Then Arsenal beat Spurs 3-1 in the North London derby. So what is your reaction, or what do you have to tell us about this match?
I expect that the Sunday's match will be a great match to see. I'm expecting some very heated reactions. I'm expecting some Thomas Tuchel handshakes over there. I'm expecting some tackles here and there. And definitely, I want to enjoy. I want to see goals. I don't want to see clean sheets. I want to see yellow cards. But I don't want to see any red cards over there. Yeah.
So, Kevin,
Yes.
Arsenal has not beaten Liverpool in the last 5 meetings. What will be a motivating factor when they meet Liverpool this Sunday?
Yes, actually Arsenal this Sunday, I am giving them an upper hand because there is something that Arteta has brought to the team. They have believed in themselves, and the ball is flowing. There is some chemistry. And on the other hand, Liverpool, I think they are struggling. Yeah, and it is a very awkward time to face Arsenal when you are struggling. It's a very awkward time, so I expect a win, though it will be a difficult one, but Arsenal will win.
So, like I've told you earlier, they've not beaten Liverpool in the last 5 meetings. There was a 4-1 victory to Liverpool side. So, will they come with such memories in their mind that in the last 5 meetings, there's a point we were beaten 4-1?
Actually, it will be like a revenge because I think currently Liverpool are struggling. And also, Liverpool was winning those matches because it was on a top form, and Arsenal were struggling. Their quality was down, the players, there was no motivation. So I think, just as I have said, their chemistry and the playing football and their form is currently high. We have talked about the 3 Gabriels, that forward, Akinasaka, and everybody. I think they will whitewash Liverpool, though Liverpool might also score. Yes.
So you've just mentioned of a good DNA, a young coach, and young playing squad under Arteta. So back to you. Do you think that this is the season that Arsenal have resurrected and they may win Premier League, having done it last in 2004, where they finished the season unbeaten, having won 26 matches and drawn 12 matches without a single lose?
No, for now, I think it's too early to discuss about winning the league because they have only played less than, let's say, 10 matches. Yeah, and I hope it's too early. For me, I see that Liverpool will thrash Arsenal.
All right, that is your opinion, and we shall be looking at the prediction right at the end. So back to you, Vitalis. The 3 Arsenal Gabriels have not been sidelined with their national teams. So can Gabriel Jesus be a threat when he meets Liverpool this Sunday?
Hey, Jesus. The guy is on another level. Not only is Jesus, but also Martinelli. You know one thing about I expect a duel between Trent and Martinelli. The guy has the most successive dribbles in EPL right now. And look at the form that Gabriel Jesus is in at. The guy is on another level. He's not the Man City Jesus that we used to know. He's another Jesus. Personally, if you're playing fantasy football, Jesus, 15 points.
Just at Jesus' point, when Jesus moved from Manchester City to Arsenal, people said that because of the absence of the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Bernardo Silva, Rodri at the midfield there, they said he'll not flourish. And yet we are seeing that Jesus flourishing at Arsenal. What is making him to go that high level?
If you look at the tactics that Arteta is using, Jesus, the role that he's playing in, it's more of a false nine. He's more of a striker who is everywhere, all-round striker.
Yeah.
When he was in Man City, he was more of a central striker. And when you are an ST, it's quite, right now, if he were at Man City, they have a complete ST, that is Erling Holland. But I think that his best preferred position is that of a false nine. He's in the midfield, the wing, the flanks, he's in the center. If you look at the yesterday's goal that he assisted, he actually came off from the left flank. He successfully dribbled past the defender. Then he put the assist to Fabio Vieira. Then Fabio Vieira scored. So I expect Jesus to score and assist.
You mentioned of Martinelli, and he has been a big threat whenever Arsenal meets Liverpool. Whom do you think at the Liverpool side is the best defender that can tackle Martinelli, given the fact that Liverpool defenders are more offensive than defensive?
Right now, I think it will be actually, if they put the center defensive mid, if they play with two holding midfielders, it will be a better role. And even if they were to change the formation to a 4-3-3, you know, a 4-3-3, it will limit them from the fullbacks, from more of the attacking to more of the defensive mindset. Then they may play even a back four, not a 4-3-3 per se, a back four. Then maybe some CDM, there'll be Thiago Alcantara, maybe Hendo, or maybe Fabinho. Then they put Van Dijk. I don't think that Gomez is more, he's not very fast. No, Matip is not very fast. If Gomez were to play in that role, then we have Trent in the right back, then the normal Robertson at his preferred left back. I think they may stand a chance to keep Arsenal from scoring. But if they go with the formation of which is more attacking, Arsenal will batter them. They will batter them.
All right. So Liverpool has suffered with the absence of Thiago Alcantara, and Thiago came back in the match against Brighton in the 3-3 encounter. So do you think it is a big boost ahead of the Arsenal clash on Sunday?
Yes, it is a big boost for them, especially in the midfield. He will add some creativity there because I think that is main role rather than defending. The Fabinhos and maybe Henderson will deal with the defensive part, and the Thiago will be the creative man.
Jurgen Klopp is a worried man at the moment. I think among all the coaches, Jurgen Klopp is a worried man. Even though Liverpool has won almost all trophies in the football history. They have won the Champions League 2019. They've won the Premier League, Carabao Cup, all these trophies, FIFA Club World Cup. So do you think even if he doesn't win any trophy this season, his job will be safe at Liverpool, or will he be sacked when he doesn't win any trophy this season?
You know, anybody can be sacked. Mourinho, the special one from Manchester. Everywhere he goes, he gets sacked. Everywhere in his clubs, everywhere he goes, he gets sacked in the morning. So it will depend on the management of the team. For me, I see that if he doesn't win anything, I think it will be this. He's gonna say goodbye to Liverpool, and I think that for now, he has a chance to prove himself that he's good. There are many cups to win so far. The Carabao Cup, whichever, the UEFA. It's only group stage. They are only on the group stage.
So Vitalis, we talked of this game being defined by heated reactions, tackles flying every now and then. Arsenal met with Liverpool. Xhaka was sent off. Do we expect such moments again on Sunday?
Personally, I hate sending off. It makes the game boring. There is the domination. And again, this is like, okay, it's not a derby per se, but it has the spirit of the derby. If you send someone off during such a great match, it will be boring. I expect that there will be heated reactions, very heated ones. especially if these guys they try to dribble past Van Dijk, then to Van Dijk, you know, he hates being dribbled past. I expect some very great tackles. You know, Xhaka.
Yeah.
Xhaka is a rough boy. There's Fabio Vieira, rough boys.
At Liverpool side, we have the likes of Fabinho.
Fabinho is a very rough boy.
Yeah.
So I expect great tackles. There may be a sending off, but I hate sending offs personally. I expect yellow cards. Yeah, and I expect to enjoy the game.
All right, back to you, Kevin. Arsenal are on top of the Premier League table with actually they have 22 points, one ahead of Manchester City, who have been riotic and thrashing their rivals after beating United 6-3 and in Champions League winning 5-0. Whom do you think Arsenal should sign so that they can keep moving and win Premier League this season?
I think they need to sign no one. There are just maybe 2 or 3 things. One, this one is worldwide. Just stop Haaland. Just find a way.
The question is, how can Haaland be stopped?
No, that is the question. That's why I said if they are that the defense they have can stop him. Then because Haaland went past Van Dijk, if I'm not wrong, he has gone past Martinez and so many other defenders.
And all these goals, there's only one penalty on his name.
That's why I'm saying if you can stop him, because he doesn't score a penalty, he comes direct to you and he will score. In fact, on the match yesterday, he was attacking the defenders instead of the defenders attacking him. So if you can stop him, then if you can finish on top of Man City, that is the formula to win this trophy.
So
this time.
according to you, you don't see any opponent that will overcome City this season?
Just as I finished, the number 1 slot or whoever will become the champion has gone. So the remaining slot is the number 2 going forward up to 20. So that the remaining slot for these other teams, where I think maybe Arsenal will emerge as the champion, can try to emerge as the champion. Because in their form, I think they can beat Chelsea, maybe a draw against Chelsea, and maybe these other teams, they can snatch some wins there, narrow wins. But winning the league, I think this is just a wrong timing. Haaland, making it a wrong timing.
So you've talked of Erling Haaland. In Norway, they call him Holland. So he has been breaking record after record. He has passed the record set by players in the first starts in the first games in the Premier League. So he's on actually another level. Even if you compare him with Lionel Messi and Ronaldo at that age, and even Kylian Mbappe,
Anyone.
at that age, Messi had actually scored, I think, 34 goals, if I'm not wrong. Then Ronaldo had 35. But now Haaland, at 22 years, he has 175 goals. So how can Haaland be stopped?
The only thing that can stop Haaland is an injury, maybe,
Roy Keane him.
or according,
Not Ramos.
There's this man, this furious man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You know what he said lately? He said,
lion.
Yeah,
He's
the lion. The lion. He don't compare himself to humans.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He said the only thing that can stop Haaland now from breaking the EPL records. In Premier League we have such beautiful records, but now this man has said this. The only thing that I can do for this young boy here, I can only find him a girlfriend who will be calling him during and telling him not to go for
training.
For training,
Yeah.
A girlfriend to restrain him from going for trainings.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
only
a
thing.
funny treat.
Yeah, that's the only thing that can stop this man right now.
So back to you, Vitalis. We've looked at the Arsenal DNA. They have a young coach, a young squad, and we've seen this with also Barcelona. Under Xavi Hernandez, he has a good young talents, the likes of Gavi, Ferran, Pedri, all those names. So do you see Arsenal dominating for a longer period of time, given the fact that these are young players who can play for a longer period of time in the football history?
If we look at if you come up with young players, then they are not injury prone. Then the coach, if he's not sacked in the midway, I think we're looking at a good team which can challenge for titles. And actually, this season, I personally was treating Arsenal as an underdog. But the current form that they are in, it's a great form. But don't forget that this is the EPL. We have 38 games
Yeah,
in a season,
yeah.
and the season is a very long one, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
You remember last season when Chelsea was on this winning streak,
Yeah.
winning streak, and
Suddenly-
everybody was saying that
It's their
Chelsea,
season.
yeah, it's their season, but hapo katikati injuries, whole squad, full backs, left backs, right back,
Man
the
City.
attackers, Lukaku, Hoseri, everything happening. Then they now became title pretenders,
Yeah.
not
Not
contenders.
contenders.
So the league is still young, but if they continue with their form, if they continue, I'm talking about form,
Yeah.
then they are great title contenders alongside Manchester City.
All right, just still with the fixture, Arsenal-Liverpool fixture. Last season, disappoint, Manchester City were ahead of Liverpool by 15 points, and the season ended a point adrift, right?
Yeah.
So, do you see Liverpool making a comeback, given the fact that Liverpool is on the 10th position with 9th position with 10 points, and Arsenal are on top of the log with 22 points, only 12 points adrift of them?
Last season, as one of my brothers said here, Liverpool were on another form. They were on another level.
Yeah.
They had the likes of Sadio Mane, whom they sold to Bayern Munich,
Yeah.
where he's doing extremely well. You know, they used to play behind the shoulders.
Yeah.
That is where you see Mane ako nyuma yako kidogo kidogo, 1 minute later amefunga, hujui
Yeah.
kwenye amekutoka kwa shoulder yako.
Sure.
Yeah, right now, personally, I don't think that they have that capability of coming back. I don't see, I don't know. Maybe they work magic, but at the moment they do not have that quality of the bench. It is the quality of the bench.
So back to you, Kevin. He talked of Sadio Mane. Is Sadio Mane the reason behind Liverpool underperforming this season?
Is one of the reasons why they are underperforming this season, and I think the way they sent him away, I think it was unfair. Now I think they are receiving the fruits of sending him away cruelly. I think they could have just maybe give him what he wanted, a good contract, and give him everything he needed, and maybe make him the best earning player in their club. Just give him the gifts, because he gave it all.
Yeah.
He was a donkey in that team. He used to play with all his heart, with all his soul and everything. But now I think they gave him the worst reward ever. They considered Mohamed Salah, who is not carrying the team at the moment. And maybe, as I said, is one of the problems. Another thing, maybe, the Liverpool team is undergoing the transition, where we have some aging players like Milner and so on. And those who are coming to replace them, they seem to be maybe slightly on a lower level. But Liverpool is not accepting that. Liverpool is just thinking that when somebody steps in, for example, the way Luis Diaz, I think, stepped in Mane's shoe, which I think are too big, they just expect him to give the results immediately. There are these young boys, Elliot, they are good, but not at that level. So I think they just relax, maybe give them 2 or 3 seasons, and they will come back. And also, I think you said about, just as I brushed through the sacking of Klopp, I think it will be also an unfair treatment. Klopp have brought them when they were in shit. Liverpool,
has
I
won
don't know,
for them
30 years
everything.
without winning a league.
Yeah.
Such a person, if you sack him maybe before the season ends, I think it's just unfair. So they should be patient, understand the transition they're going, bringing the players to replace the old guards, and everything will be okay. In football, there are ups and downs. Yeah.
All right. So Haaland has been a threat when it comes to the opponents in Manchester City. Gabriel, he mentioned of Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. Whom should Arsenal be targeting in Liverpool squad that may be bringing threats in their side?
They may be target Gabriel Jesus is their main striker for now.
No, as in Arsenal, whom should they be watching in the Liverpool side to
the man to
stop
watch.
him? Yeah.
So the man to watch, I think, for now, it's Firmino, because right now is on form.
Yeah.
The Bobby is on form right now. You see, the last time he scored 2 goals against Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy, the Arsenal defense, they have to keep a watch on this man, on the Bobby. Yeah.
So to conclude, we are almost coming to a conclusion. So like I mentioned earlier, the players that Arsenal should bring in to win English Premier League this season, Kevin said there's no need to bring any player and the only strategy is to stop Erling Haaland. But remember, they only play 2 matches in a season. So back to you, Vitalis. Which players should Arsenal bring in the squad so that they can win Premier League since 2004 in that invincible season?
Personally, I think right now the Arsenal squad, they are okay. They are very fine. So if you start bringing on other missing pieces here and there, maybe you may disrupt the chemistry in between players. Maybe they may get okay. They have some quality off the bench.
Yeah.
If you don't know of, they signed some very youngsters with the likes of Marquinhos, some very young lads in this summer transfer. But there are talks about maybe they may bring a DM, the likes of Caicedo from Brighton. Yeah, maybe a DM. But right now, if you disrupt that squad, it may disrupt the chemistry.
All right. So my second last question to each and every one of you, just to conclude, do you see Arsenal winning Premier League season this season?
Since the league,
Yeah.
it's a tough question. Ask me if they will win on Sunday.
No, I asked if whether they can win Premier League trophy this season.
They may not.
Just yes or no?
No.
All right.
For me, I think when Arsenal when they wakiteleza kiasi alafu Man City takes the top, that's the end of it. There's no way Man City can be off from the top. When Man City gets to the top, the league has ended.
So just be brief to the question: will they win or not win the season?
For me, I think maybe the top 4, they might finish number 4 there. Yeah.
So about the title?
This Arsenal, about the title, forget about it.
All right.
They may win FA.
Kevin?
No, they may win FA or finish second. We already have the winner.
So I think my opinion with the question is Arsenal will win Premier League this season if they bring Lionel Messi, Neymar dos Santos, and Robert Lewandowski. And this means by January, Arsenal cannot acquire these 3 players. So to be brief is that Arsenal, even though they are on top of the Premier League table, I don't hate Arsenal, even though they are on top, though they are on top of the Premier League table, I beg your pardon, they will not win
But
Premier
they will
League.
win on Sunday.
Let me tell you one thing.
On Sunday, I go for Liverpool win. So thanks guys for your company, and it has been actually pleasure having you with me. And for you, my viewer, wherever you are, it has also been pleasure having you with me. Until next time, goodbye for now.